Hey everybody, it's Brenda with Fox Creations, and this is going to be part one of my Artzology Design Team project for October. And I'm just playing with my camera settings to make sure everything is set how it should be. Okay, I think that's good. So let's just go back to here. So what we're doing, my kit for this month was the lady journaling cards, the vintage lady journaling cards. I printed them all out. I've backed them, and I backed them differently. These I backed this way. I decided we're going to make a journal using these cards and the ledger paper that I had from last month. So to do this, and the ledger paper works out. Now, this one's not backed, you guys, but it doesn't matter because we're not going to see the inside. So I'm just going to fold, and I've already got all these pre-folded, but I wanted to show you guys how I did it. Right here on the edge, and there's a line there where these numbers are. Oops. Let's make sure we fold it straight. So I'm going to fold this like this, and then I'm going to bring it to the top and fold it again. This is what's going to make our pages. I'm then going to glue along this edge here, and then when I fold it in half, we will have two pockets, and that's where the ladies are going to go. So that's how I made the pages. I used also the burlap paper the same way. And if you're going to use the burlap paper because it doesn't have the lines or paper with the outlines, this is scored at a 1/2 inch and which leaves you with 8 inches. So this is how I did it on my scoreboard, you guys. I scored this at a 1/2 inch, turned the paper around, and scored this at 4. Or if you want to leave your paper this way, it's at a 1/2 inch and 4.5 inches. It's the same thing. And that way you'll get your score lines where you need them to be. And that's the way I did the burlap papers. So that's the way to make your pages. Now the kit comes with 18 pages of ladies, 3 to 4 to a page. And pardon my nails, I've been crafting because I have a sale coming up, you guys, on November the 3rd. So I'm trying to get stuff made for that sale. So then I went through my paper packs, my paper pads, and I found 2 sheets of paper that would go good with this thing. Oh, my words are failing me today, y'all. The ledger paper and the burlap paper that I chose. All I did here was I folded these in half and glued them. So it's nice, and it's got the inside cover and the outside cover. And then how did I get cutoffs? Oh, because I didn't just fold them in half. It's 12 by 12 paper. I needed it to be, how tall are these? Well, that's not inches. They're like 4 1/4. So they're just over the 4 inches that this is. So this fits perfect by, I think, 11. So I cut 1 inch off and I cut a 4 inch strip off. And that's where the pockets came from. So I made the pockets to match each one, and they can go either way. So that's our covers. And we're going to get to those in a moment. Okay, so that's the covers. And the way the pages are going to go, it's going to go burlap, burlap. We're going to glue these together and cut them because I'm making 2. And I made 2 for each one, each color that I chose. Oops, that's got to go this way. And then a burlap, and then burlap, and then this, and then this. Okay, cool. So that's one. And this is the second one. And then we're just going to glue these all together. Now, you could also use double-sided tape, you guys, for this. And these, I was going to do it a different way, so I'm not worried about that being in there. No one's going to see that. So we're just going to glue. and make sure that we don't glue it shut. Set it off to the side. Now, the other thing is, when you put this together, this fold is, where this is glued together, is up. On this one, I'm going to put it down, because I noticed that if you build it with all of your glued edges going in the same way, you end up with bulk that you don't need at that part of your journal. So just switch how they go. This one will go up. This one will go down. This one will go up. So since the hubby's been home from the hospital, he is getting around more. We've been watching more TV than normal. He's getting around more, and then I ended up with what I think at the end of when I was gonna go, because it's been a minute since I was live, and I was gonna go live last week. I ended up with the flu or something similar to it, and I took NyQuil and NyQuil and NyQuil, and now I feel better. So all is good. But I decided I needed to come on here and start working on the ARTZOLOGY project, and my desk is a total mess, you guys. And I can't seem to get my camera to zoom in anymore when I record this way, which I'm going to try to see if somebody can help me with my recording options. Now, I do know from making these previous, we are going to fold this in half. And I have a bone folder. Now, you can make it all out of the same paper. You could do coffee dyed paper. You don't have to use what I use. Now, I know that these need to be trimmed back about 1/4 of an inch by the time we get. So I'm just going to set them on here. There we go. They may need to go more, but that's normal when you do a journal. Your pages need to be trimmed off a little bit. And that's, we'll ink it, so it won't matter. I just didn't think y'all would want to see me do the whole thing, start to finish, where I was like folding all the papers and scoring all the papers and that kind of thing. I'm going to need to trim that one just a teensy. There we go. So each page is a pocket. There's so many different things you could do with this. So many different things. And see, now I don't have to trim that one. It came out perfect. But we may have to trim some more once we get these put down. This way. Still good. And then our last page. And I did 6 pages only because they're doubled. It's going to be thick anyway. I thought about doing 12, but then I decided I would do 6 and break them and make more. Okay, so there that is. This is going to go into one of the covers, and it's just going to get sewed in just like that. And we're going to have pockets, so let's go on and put our pockets. And I made a pocket for each side. Now it's deciding whether I want to do like the invisible kind of pockets, and I think I do. So let's ink them with this pink. These are the flowers for the cover. I'm going to embellish the cover with those. Oh, I messed that one up. That's okay. It'll all be fine. My sponge is bending on me. Well, if they're going to be messed up, I'll flip them to the striped side. That's kind of cool, too. No, I didn't ink that side. I think we're just going to be fine with it. Nope, let's do the stripes. And let's try re-inking it again without making a mess. And I don't remember what paper pad these came from, you guys. I can look. It's an older paper pad that was gifted to me through Happy Mail. Okay, so this one's going to go over here. I'm just going to take a little Elmer's glue. And glue down the 2 sides. And there's our pocket. And I'm going to do the same thing on this one. And just glue down the 2 sides. And these will be for sale in my next sale. On November the 3rd, there will be 6 of these total. 2 blue ones, 2 pink ones, and 2 coffee dyed looking tannish colored ones. They all have like these kind of pretty covers. Okay, so there's that. We got our pockets. Let me cover my ink back up so we don't make a mess. Then what I did was I went through some of my other kits from ARTZOLOGY. And I printed it on cream colored card. And I printed tags. And this is a background from her Garden Beauty kit. Now, you could use any backgrounds that you have. So this is where I would say go through your background papers and find stuff that would work. So these are the tags that are going to go in here. And some of these may need to be trimmed down. Some of them may have to go in sideways in a tuck that way. But these are the tags for this one because they're pinkish colored and they match. And then I printed out tickets from one of the kits that I had. I printed out some extra tickets because these I'm thinking I could put here or here and use as pockets for the tags. So that was the thought there. So before we go any further, let's do some thumb holes on each of the pockets. So I have my 1-inch punch, and I'm going to start with the middle, and I'm just going to estimate it. Oh, I need to see what I'm doing. Hopefully this will go in here. And get on camera so you can see. I'm just barely going to punch a little tiny thumb hole. And that's not centered, so let's make it a little bit bigger. And move it over a tiny bit. Still not centered. I may get with a bigger punch. Okay, it's not centered, and I'm just going to deal with it. And then over here, same thing. Turn my punch over. That looks much better. And make sure I put my seam back at the bottom. Okay, so there's the middle page. We're just going to do them page by page. That looks good. And this is something that you don't really have to do. Oops, I'm about to drop it off. And that seam goes at the top. Because this is easier to do before you sew it in. So that's why we're doing it now. Oops, I need to see what I'm doing. And then we're just going to ink that up a little bit. Get rid of that white in the middle. Seam is at the bottom. So I'm going to make the rest of these off camera. I just wanted you to see how I was going to do this one. And I'm going to try to not make this video too long of a video. the seam goes to the top. Now here we have a little white edge showing, so I'm going to go on and ink that edge. And that's just where we glued it. And make sure I put my seam back at the bottom. Yep. Just 2 more to go. We got a white edge here too, so before we do the thumb hole, let me really quickly go over that with some ink. That corner's not glued. Let's fix that. There we go. And the page goes like this. And all this is a makeup sponge, you guys, with a little clamp on it. For my inking sponge. And I still have a white edge right there. Just get rid of that white edge. There we go. And last page. I think I want to refold this one. Because I was looking at the pattern on the inside. And when I do the thumb holes this way, there's not going to, well, that one's going to show on that side. I don't guess it mattered. Redo it. Back to normal. That looks good. Whoops. I've been. Well, we're going to leave that one. I should have been putting the thumb holes on this side, y'all, all the way through. And I didn't do that. But that's okay. This one will have it that way. Now, because it's just this one little thing to put together, I'm going to open it up, find my wooden ruler that I like so much because it's got that metal edge on it. Get to the center. Pull all my pages tight against each other. And I need a couple of giant paper clips, pardon the reach. Okay, those are all snugged up. Put the cover. And I'm going to center these in my cover. and add another paper clip. And let's see. And one more paper clip. Okay, that's good. I like the way that that looks from all sides. So now I'm going to take my awl and I'm going to poke my 3 holes because we are going to do a 3-hole pamphlet stitch. So I'm going to just guesstimate the middle is about there. Come up to there. And come down to here. There we go. Just going back through. Okay. Now let me get my needle. And I had thread for this project. Here's the thread for this one. Because I like how it matches. I just need scissors. And now I'm just going to do a 3-hole pamphlet stitch as normal. So we're going to start in the middle. Back through the top. Back through the bottom. No. Okay, there we go. And then back through the middle. Now I can unpaper clip everything without tearing my papers. Okay, now we just have to make sure we have one on each side of the thread. And gently give it a tug. Oh, let me snip this a little bit shorter. And there we have it. We now have our little book put together, and it's not wiggly or anything. 6 pages. And now I have these cards already cut out. All we need to do is ink them. And I'm going to stick with my pink and just lightly ink the edges. And then I printed these on a background from, I believe this is from the Garden Beauty kit as well. And we're just going to come to the front and just start putting them in their little pockets. And there may need to be some trimming done. So I'm going to trim off just a tiny bit at the top. See, does that fit better? Let's trim off a teeny tiny bit from the bottom, and then I'm going to re-ink. And that looks crooked. So before I re-ink, let's make it look straight. We're going to re-ink and just put her in her pocket, and there she fits perfect now. And come over to this one. I'm going to do this before we ink. Okay, so we got to trim that one. I'm going to get the paper trimmer, you guys. I'm going to trim off. Let's make it straight on the bottom. About that much. And come down here to the, well, let's try it first. Set that aside for a second. That's a perfect fit, so we can just ink her. So when you're deciding to do this, if you want to do this, it can be done with any images that you have. This could be replaced with photos of your own. So it could be like a little photo album. And I am going to put some little pockets and stuff in here. We have time. I wanted to keep the video at least an hour, or no more than an hour. I figure we're going to need to trim this one as well, but let's put it in and see. Yep. So I'm going to trim this one off of this back side. And let's check that. So I started to say hubby and I've been watching more TV. We found a really cool series that we like. It's called Midsummer Murders. And Midsummer is spelled with an O. Summer, it's M-I-D-S-O-M-E-R. It's a British murder mystery thing. And it was on for 19 seasons, and we're only up to like season 7. Episode number 3. And it's pretty interesting if you like murder mystery, crime mystery kind of things. And so we've been watching that. Oh, before I ink, let's check her out. Okay, I'm going to trim her from the bottom side because I don't really have enough. I don't want to cut her hair off or anything. Straighten everything up. And I did cut one of these out as a trial to figure out what size to make these pages, you guys. So that's how the page size was determined. And I didn't cut enough off. Let's cut off a little bitty bit more. So what kind of things do y'all like to watch? I like murder mysteries, that kind of thing, crime-solving shows. Okay, why is that not wanting? It doesn't seem like my cutting anything off is affecting this page at all. At all. There it went. I don't want to keep cutting and cutting. Let's just try her. She's got to be trimmed off. And I'm going to trim off the top because there's extra stuff up there. So just look at your images and decide how you want to trim them. I think I need a little bit more than that. But this could be any images, you guys. As I was saying, it could be any kind of images. Photos. So this would be something like you could make as a brag book or something like that. Put your own photos in. That's pretty. We're gonna have to trim, I'm sure, but I want to check because some of these may not. Yep, let's take off from the top. Trying to make sure it's straight. There we go. Perfect fit. Now we're to the middle. So there's going to be 12 ladies in each one of these little journals. Trying to, let's see, I can take off that much there. And we didn't ink some of those up. I'll go back and ink them. Let's see. Perfect. Let's ink her and we'll go back and get the others. I just like the way this little pink edge looks on here. Making sure I'm on camera. So this is the Vintage Ladies Cards Kit. And when I do the final walkthrough, I'll probably do a walkthrough of, I don't know that I'll do a walkthrough of all 6 of these booklets. But I will definitely have the kit number, and it's Artzology Deb. Deb is awesome, you guys. And I love these ladies. And I am going to make a journal, but I knew that in the journal I wasn't going to be using but a few cards. And so I wanted to do her kit justice. So I came up with this project as a way to use all the cards. And it's a great way to make 6 quick Christmas presents. Stocking stuffers. Did we get this one? That one, it's not going to show. I got a white edge over here. So we'll just go on and ink it anyway. So stocking stuffers. You could put your kids' photos in here. Things throughout the year. Things like that. So if you made just this book, this is burlap paper from Deb, as well as the ledger paper. And both these kits come with more papers, you guys. I just picked out what I thought would go with the photos and that kind of thing. And this one needs to be inked as well. Boy, I just fell off on inking, didn't I? There's so many different things you can do with these. And when I was going through the kit, like I said, sometimes you just, you're looking at your page and you're like, oh, if only I had a vintage lady or an antebellum lady, because there's some antebellum ones as well in the kit. That kind of thing. This is the perfect kit for that because you're going to get ladies for all occasions. Okay, that one's inked. Let's go back. Where did we get to? This pocket right here. I love this image. And that one fits perfect. And I'm not going to ink it because it's not going to show. And then we have this pocket. Again, it fits perfect. Let's just go on and ink it up. Now, I'm not going to put lace or anything like that, maybe on the cover. Only because every page is a pocket. So, I don't want to take away from the pockets. And then we have her. I may have cut too many ladies out. And we got to trim this one off a little bit. And I'm going to trim from the top again. Get it on my board straight. And now we're going to put some ink. And put her in that pocket. And last pocket. And yes, I have too many ladies. And they fit down in there, so let's pull them back out again. And let's just go around their little edge. They're at a party, looking like they're having all kind of fun. So the sale is going to be November the 3rd at noon Central Time. So 1 Eastern, and it's going to go until, and there's going to be fabric. I've got fabric and buttons and little journal things like this, some Christmas stuff, more Christmas fabric. There's going to be some crocheted items, some things that are being donated, just all sorts of things, you guys. All kinds of things. Something for every budget, so you definitely want to come and watch the, and it's going to be on this channel this time. So now what we're going to do is let's start. We got a pocket here. Let me put my paper clips back away. Turn my flower back over, because we're making a lot of racket on our desk. Okay. So this pocket, let's see. These two. Okay. Just looking at what I have available. That's too tall, but it will go like this. And there's journaling on the back of these, you guys. So you could go like that. And then we could maybe put one of these smaller ones in front of it. Kind of cutesy. And then this is where we could do something with these. And not on every page. This might be harder to journal on and see what you're doing. So I need to find my hole punch now, which didn't get put back where it goes last time I used it. Okay, well, we're going to just forego the hole punch and cut these little corners out. Because I don't know where it is. I'll find it for the next video. So then we're going to put this down here. It says admit 1. And we're just going to glue the 3 sides. So I'm going to put glue here. If it'll come out of my bottle. And these I printed on manila cardstock, so I wouldn't have to worry about printing anything on the back. Now, I had some stuff left over from a previous project with her. These little butterfly things, moths. Let's see, what else do we have in here? We could make all kind of stuff from leftovers from previous kits, you guys. Labels, parts of pages. That's not from a kit. Extra pockets that won't work in here because they're too tall. but left over little other tickets. I'm just looking to see what I have. Looks like I have all my leftovers from all kind of projects in this bucket. Yep. All kind of projects in this bucket. Okay. I'm going to stick with the Artzology stuff, though, for this particular project. So let's see. We could... I'm just going to square this one up instead of using it as a postage. Little bit of glue. And I'm going to glue him right there. Now I want to find a tag that will fit this pocket that's too wide, but it could be cut down. These might work. They're not as wide. Yep, let's turn it over. And it's just the right height. Cool. So then you take that out and you got journaling space on the back. It fits right down in there. We got our little lady in the pocket. I may come back and put my thumb hole here as well. Now over here, what can we do? Let me put some stuff back out of my way. It's all my rusty bits. Okay. Oh, I also printed these out again from the spring kit. And I was thinking they would make, let me take one, good pockets as well. So let me cut one. I may have made them too big. Let's trim it out a little bit. Like maybe a wider belly band. Oh, that would be pretty. And then put a tag behind it. I like it. Let's pink it up a little bit. Let me re-ink. So these are from the spring kit. And I already had them made small and saved that way. So I just printed them out again. And thought they would go pretty in these little journals. So we're going to use it as a belly band. So I'm just going to glue across the top. And across the bottom. And glue that in. And then I also printed out tags from the Garden View kit. They will work if they go this way. These are the skinny tags, and I made them a little bit smaller than she had them, but she had them taller and wider. I shrank them both ways because I thought they would be pretty in here as well. So see, that's pretty. And they're also on manila cardstock, but let's put a different tag. Let's put this one. Is it long? Is it too long of a tag? Nope. It'll go just like that. That's pretty. We're going to skip that page because it's journaling area. Come back over here and do what? Let's put a ticket like this and put a tag. And again, I'm just going to cut these little corners off. And it's been really rainy here today, guys. Oh, I have another idea for a tuck. We'll do that in a second. So we're going to take this ticket, we're going to glue it here and make a pocket. So I'm going to glue 3 sides again. And just put it on our page thusly. Now we can get some of these bigger tags. And let's put a little one in the front. Made out of a different, there we go. Oh, that's pretty. Upside down, but pretty. Okay, so those are all those and that. So I'm trying to see what we got available. There we go. So I like that, doubled up. I just don't want to push it down into the glue, so I'm going to pull it back a little bit. Now for the back side of this page, here's the other thing. Wait, where did they go? I also printed out some of the small tickets, and I kept them in strips because I thought the 3 strips across the page would work, and then little tiny tuck. So let's do that. And that was a misprint on the back. My printer decided it was going to stop printing. Or let's make it a belly band. Ooh, let's do that. Just glue on each end. Uh-oh, the thumb hole. Let's put it, Yeah, let's do something else. One moment. I'm going to lower it below the thumb hole. Like that. So it's not a true belly band. Our cards are still going to be able to, that's too tall. And it won't go that way. That would be cool. But this one will work here. Isn't that pretty? And maybe put a little one in front of it, like that. And then over here, I also have these. Oh, that would make a pretty thing on the corner, maybe. Like this, and then just tuck something in there. Let's do that. So let's do this little corner and this side. And we can put something on here. Maybe one of our little moth tickets. Some kind of an image. I don't have really small, tiny images. One moment. Let's see what we got. These are little teeny tiny tags from the spring kit. As well, ooh, little tiny corners too to use. Oh wow, I shrank this. So let's see if, oh, that's the wrong scissors. If one of these little tiny tags, it will fit in there. Let's make it pink. I've lost my inker. Oh, my tag is cut all cattywampus. Hang on. Let me fix up my little, there we go, things. Now let's make it pink. Ink up the little tiny edges. let's just glue that on there like that. That's pretty. And then that tag is too tall. We could put this tag and maybe put that one in front of it. That's pretty. Here's the center. So what are we going to do with the middle? Thinking, and we're almost at an hour. I'm thinking, let's do, well, we got something with the corners, guys. What do we do this? So we got these little thumb holes on this side. Let's see. Let me see. Oh, there's an idea. Corner pockets. And we had corner pockets here. We don't have two that match, so let's leave that alone. Put that back up there for a minute. Let's just think. I could take one of these and I could cut it, and that would give us little tiny corner pockets, or I could cut it like that, which would give us a bigger corner pocket. I don't want to cut this big tag. Let's do, oh, that would make a really pretty belly band, would it not? Or wait. We could use these two as belly bands and put tags in there. Let's do that. And poor little birdie, he lost his head. So let's just do that. We're going to glue down the ends. So even though these are tags, technically, we're using them as all sorts of things. We're just going to glue this one on here like this. I think these are pretty. And glue this one on here like this. And then we can put this little tag in that one. And this little tag in that one. I like it. And they can be journaled on the back of, and it decorated up our center pages nicely. Over here, I think we're going to want to put one of these longer skinny tags again. We're going to need to cut off the end a little bitty bit. But we're going to put a pocket for it to go in. Made out of two of these little tiny tickets. So a little tiny pocket. And we're just going to ink up the edges on here real fast. And we're almost done with the decorating. And then in the next video, we're going to build the cover the rest of the way. I'm just going to put this glue at the ends like a belly band, because our page will keep it from going all the way through, of course. And then we're going to just put this in there like that. Pretty. And we could always put another tag in there with it, like in the front, one of these little bitty ones, like that. And then we're over here to this page. Will this go under? Whoops. There. It will. Let's trim this down like we did the other one. Then we got to make sure that's still going to fit under it because I'm trimming stuff off. And now I don't think it's going to. Barely. But it will. So let's put this over here to this edge. Let's make sure I get it right side up. I want to glue here. And here. And here. And put this down like this. And it will go in there, but I don't want to glue it, so I'm just going to lay it on top for now. This, hang on. Thinking, what did we do up the front? We put a big tag and a little tag. So, put that tag and a little tag. And we have 1, 2, 3 more pages to go and only 3 more little tiny tags. Well, we have these, so we're good. So on this page, let's do a ticket. Just right across like that. Again. I'm just going to cut these little corners off. Ink it up. And put this like this. So put that like that. And then what kind of tag? Let me go back through here and see. Let's swap out like this tag. This is like this side. Well, we're just going to leave it there. I can't swap those two because that's the same thing. Well, we couldn't put this one over. There we go. Let's do that. Keep this one. Go back to where we were. Put it in that little pocket. Where else can we pull a little bitty one from that's a different one? I think we may claim this one back. And we can flip that over too. I like that. And here we have 2. And we can flip. Put that. Let's ink. Like that. Now we've got 2 of those. Okay, that works. That'll work. Oops. See? It's going to go in this pocket, but we don't want to do that yet because it will get glued. Okay. Now we're to here. And that's it. Okay. So what do we want to do for a pocket? I made these. I think I'm just going to cut it in half. And we're going to put it like this as a tuck. like that. And then in there, we will put this little tag. So I have 2 back here. We'll go back to 2 in the front. Now over here, we're going to put the other part of this with this behind it. So just like this, and put it on here like that. And that's where that little tag will go. So there's our pages. Whoops. That's because I didn't put it in all the way because I don't want to glue it down. We'll just lay it in there. All of our pages are now embellished. Now we just have to decorate the cover. Where's that tag at? That's sticking up tall. Now I don't see it. May have been one of those. Okay. It's going to go in there later. That's in that little pocket. I really like it. I think it came out really cute for a little tiny journal. Now, for the cover. I think we're going to come back and embellish the cover in a second video, you guys. Which is going to be a quick one because I've got components already made for the cover. They just have to dry a little bit. So that's it for this video. We made this little journal with our cards. I have enough stuff to make another pink one, 2 blue ones, and I can show you those real fast. So that's the pink ones. Y'all have seen the covers for those. The blue ones are like this. And then it has the pockets for the inside covers. And it's the blue burlap paper and ledger paper. And I have to, you know, they're not sewed in or anything. The cards that go in here have a background on their backing that will go with the blue. There's the thread. There's 2 of those. And then there's 2 of these. And there's the thread for these. Again, paper from a paper pad that I measured and cut. And this is more like the coffee dyed look. So there's 2 of these. And pockets for the front and back covers. And the thread to sew those in. So there's going to be 6 of these total. Each one will have the ladies in there. The 12 ladies. And then I'll do a walkthrough of them at the end. But we're going to come back on the next video and we're going to make the covers. Or decorate the cover for this one that we just made today. And so I will go over all that stuff with the cover. And I hope that's good for everybody. Thank y'all for watching. I really appreciate it. This is a really quick project, as you see. It's just a matter of printing out paper, folding them the correct way, and that kind of thing. And we'll come back and we'll do the covers in the next video. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day. Bye. Hugs and blessings.